Welcome back to our Scamp Lite. So in our efforts to figure out how to use our Scamp Lite in the most efficient way, we have bought a portable car fridge. So we got tired of just a cooler full of ice and water. The ice would melt, it would turn into water, it would make everything gross. And so we started doing a little research and we ended up settling on this. It's a 17 quart. It works off of AC and DC. It's called the JOYFRIGO. We ordered it on Amazon. We'll give you the dimensions and we'll also do a little test and see how fast it gets down to temperature. So right now it is, I don't know if you can see that, zoom in on that. It's a cool, comfortable 88 degrees. 89 degrees inside the Scamp Lite. I just have a little small fan running right at the moment, but we'll actually see how long it takes to get down to temperature, to cooling temperature. But until then, I'll show you the dimensions. All right, the fridge, it is about 8.5 inches wide. At its tallest point, it's about 14 inches tall. And then, let's see, it's about 19 and a half inches deep. So our plan with this fridge was, on the trip up, we would plug this fridge in the back of the truck into the car battery. And that way, the whole trip up, it's cooling. And then once we get set up wherever it is we're camping, if we're in a campsite, we can use AC, and if we're boondocking, we can use our DC plugs here in the Scamp Lite to keep our fridge running. And basically, we bought this for the things like meat and eggs and the stuff that we don't want sitting around in like melted ice. Or we don't have to worry about being like super cold, you know, making, you know, with the ice, once it starts melting, you got to go get more ice and fill it up. And I'm always in the back of my mind worried, like, you know, did this meat get too warm or did this get too warm? But with this, we'll have a consistent temperature. And that way, those critical items will be in here. And we won't have to worry about whether or not it's too warm or whatnot. So our cooler, we'll still use a cooler and ice, and that'll be more for like bottles of water or Gatorade or wine or beer. If we have something in a container, we're not worried about it getting wet and soggy and gross. Let's see, let's open it up and I'll show you the inside. So the inside is 17 quarts, and I will show you. That is 11 inches deep. And this way, that's about 6.5 inches by 10 inches and 3/4. So it's, I don't know how many sodas you could get in. I think you can get 8 sodas, 8 12-ounce sodas in here stacked up, I believe is what the picture on the box said. Okay, you can see it's almost 90 degrees in here. So we are going to plug it in. I'm going to drop this in the cooler and I'll watch the time and I'll get back with you and we'll see how quickly it gets down to, I don't know, what, 40, 38 degrees? What's a regular fridge temp?
It's good for 37.
All right, it is turning on. Currently reading 25 degrees Celsius. Check that out, it's a pretty cool little blue light. We're gonna put this in. I can hear the compressor kicking on. And I'm gonna start the timer. Let me turn that off. Okay. 19 minutes. 19 minutes is what it took to go from 90 degrees out here down to, that's like 37 degrees, which is the average temperature for a home refrigerator. That's pretty cool. And our plan is that we would have it on. We're planning on having the cooler on in the truck. So ideally, we're not going to get somewhere and then the cooler's going to have to cool from, you know, a hot temperature down to 37 degrees. So this was pretty much just a test, just to satisfy our own interests and maybe yours too. Oh yeah, I forgot we have the thermometer in there. Let's see what it says. Yeah, 38 degrees. It's all foggy, but yeah, 38 degrees, which, I mean, that also shows us that this little dial is accurate. It says 3 degrees Celsius, and there's probably a way to change that to degrees, but I haven't messed with it enough to figure that out. But regardless, I can convert Celsius into Fahrenheit. That's not a big deal. But so far, we're pretty cool. We're pretty happy with it. It seems pretty cool. It's, you know, we're gonna test it at some point and probably make another little video when we're out camping and using it. So stay tuned for that. We have more Scamp videos coming up, camping videos. We just kind of try to record our little hobbies and trips and the things that we're getting up to around here, and show you some products along the way too. So stick with us and check out our videos coming up.